So we are 2 days away from Money in the Bank 2023, coming from the O2 Arena in London this year. First time being in London for about 30 years. So these are my predictions for the 7 matches that are going to take place on Saturday night. So let's start with Dominic Mysterio versus Cody Rhodes. Now, this one, this one's gonna be. It's gonna be a match where I think I can't see Dom winning this match. I don't think Dom's gonna win this match. I think Cody Rhodes is gonna win this match, but I think after the match, Brock Lesnar is going to come out and he's going to do his attack after the match. Just after the bells rang, 1, 2, 3, Cody's winning, and then Brock's going to come out and take him out. So, number 2, second match on 2 is the Women's Tag Team Championship match. After Liv Morgan got injured at the start of May, her and Raquel had to relinquish the titles, and obviously Ronda and Shayna are the new women's tag team champions. So this match is kind of one that's been chucked together late because of Liv Morgan returning last week on SmackDown, but it's happening on in the Bank, the tag matches. So this one's tricky because I think Raquel and Liv could take the titles back. But then again, Ronda and Shayna, it's Ronda Rousey, isn't it? So I am going to go with Ronda and Shayna to retain. I think they'll retain, but I think Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan will both look good in the match. I think they should definitely look good in the match. But I think Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler will retain in this match. So next up, we have the Intercontinental Championship match between Gunther and Matt Riddle. I think this is the easiest one to predict. I think that Gunther, of course, he's going to retain. He's not going to lose to Matt Riddle now. I think he's close to the record of all time, longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time, not just like the 21st century or the last 15 or 10 years, all time. So that's why Gunther is going to retain and probably have a big match at SummerSlam in just over a month's time. So next up, we've got a big match now. The World Heavyweight Championship match being defended on pay-per-view by Seth Rollins for the first time. Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. Now, this is one where I think there could be a shock in store, and Finn could actually. I feel like Finn could win. He's looked strong on Raw in the last few weeks, coming out and stomping on Seth's ribs over and over again, attacking him from behind, attacking him in NXT Gold Rush just over a week ago. So I do think it could be a shock, but I don't think Seth's going to lose the title just yet. I think Seth will retain. I think it's good that he'll retain, but if Finn was to win, it wouldn't be the worst decision in the world. I think it would be quite a good decision. So I'm kind of nearly on the fence with this one, but I'm just leaning towards Seth Rollins retaining the title for now. To get that again, probably get a big match at SummerSlam. He will. So next up, I'm going with the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. We have Trish Stratus, Hall of Famer. She's won women's titles years ago when she was competing in the WWE. We got Zoe Stark, who has just come up to the main roster. and aligned herself with Trish Stratus. We got Bayley and Io Sky from Damage Control. Of course, Bayley's won this before. The only one in this match who's won the Money in the Bank briefcase, and of course Io Sky, who hasn't, and she's not won a championship on the main roster yet. So then we've got Zelina Vega, who popularity has gone up in the last couple of months. We've obviously been in the LWO. And then we got Becky Lynch, of course. She's won everything but the Money in the Bank briefcase. So going through the participants, I would say, I think Zelina's probably the least favourite here, and Zoe Stark. Just don't think that. Maybe if you ask me in a year's time, maybe, and they've got a bit more momentum going into that, and maybe yes, I would probably say them, one of them two, but not right now. Trish Stratus, she just doesn't need it. Same as Becky, none of these competitors need it. Same as Bayley actually as well, because she's won this before. She's won the Raw Women's Championship. She's won the SmackDown Women's Championship. You know, she's won all the titles, and she's cashed in before. So I don't think I can't see her win, which leaves us with Io Sky, and I think this is the sensible decision. I think this is a good decision because we've seen how talented she is in the ring. We've seen how good she is as a competitor, and especially if she splits off from Bayley in Damage Control, which I think another prediction is it's going to implode in the ladder match. Either Bayley's going to turn on Io or Io's going to turn on Bayley, and Io will win the Money in the Bank briefcase. That's my prediction. I think Io was going to win because, I mean, it doesn't make sense for a few of these competitors in the match, and you know, you think about Zoe Stark and Zelina Vega, it's just too early for them to win the Money in the Bank ladder match now. That just doesn't make sense. So on to the next to last match. It's the Bloodline Civil War between Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa versus the Usos. And realistically, you would say Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa straight away. You'd say, yeah, they're going to get a payback. But I think the Usos are going to win because I feel like there's going to be an interference by somebody else, or we're going to get a solo turn on Roman, which is going to give the Usos the win, because they're not going to beat Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa clean. They're not going to beat them clean. So I'm going with the Usos, but it's going to be an interference of some sort, or a betrayal, something like that, where the Usos are going to win, and it's obviously going to set up Roman Reigns' title match for the main event of SummerSlam. So whether it's Solo, whether it's a returning Randy Orton, whether it's a returning Drew McIntyre, we don't know till Saturday, but I think the Usos are going to win this one, but not clean with an interference. And then last of all, we have the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. We've got Ricochet, Shinsuke Nakamura, Butch, Santos Escobar, LA Knight, Damian Priest, and Logan Paul. This one for me, again, it's Ricochet and Shinsuke Nakamura. The two people I just don't see winning it. I just don't see winning it. It doesn't make sense to me, to be honest. I'd be very, very, very surprised if they won it. Santos Escobar, I think it's too early for him. I mean, he hasn't been on the main roster a year yet, I don't think, so I don't see him winning. I can't see him winning it yet, but, you know, maybe in a year or two time, he could have more momentum, and he could be getting there, where we could be cheering on Santos Escobar in a year to win this, but not this year. Which brings me on to Butch as well. Same reasons. The only reason I give Butch more of a chance than Santos and the other two is it's in England, and Butch's home country is England, so he's fighting at home, you know. But again, you know, obviously he's a very talented wrestler. But I think maybe him splitting off with the Brawling Brutes in the next year, you know, and maybe having a couple of serious feuds before we can talk about him winning it. So again, you know, same with Santos, Butch. Which brings me on to the favourite three, I think, in this match. I think most people are picking one of these three people. First off, I'm going to say Logan Paul. It's not that I don't think he'll win, it's more that I don't want him to win. I don't want Logan Paul winning now. You know, obviously he's going to impress us all at the weekend, you know. I think one of my predictions in the match actually is Logan Paul and Ricochet probably going to be stood on the ladder. And of course, they're going to do it like the Royal Rumble. One of them's going one side, one on the other. They're going to jump. Big spot like that, maybe. So, or he's going to go on top of a ladder and jump through a table. We know Logan Paul's going to do something like that. And he's going to make the fans go wild. They're going to cheer him for a bit, you know. Everyone's going to be talking about Logan Paul after match, saying that he's a very good competitor. He might be, but he shouldn't be winning this. Again, it's too early. Don't really want him to win now. So that's him out question. Which brings me to the last two, LA Knight and Damian Priest. I think Damian Priest would be a sensible winner, very sensible winner, because he could feud. We know that he's going to end up feuding with the Judgment Day soon if he gets kicked out, because we know either him or Finn they're going to be out the Judgment Day very soon. So maybe they're not going to give it him because of, obviously, if he's feuding with the Judgment Day, then, you know, they might not have him having the briefcase as well and going for a championship run. I mean, I wouldn't say no to it. Which brings me on to my winner. And I actually hope that he is the one who I'm going to be cheering on Saturday to win. He's the one I'm going to be cheering for the most out of all the matches. And that's LA Knight. The guy who's so over at this time, every time he comes out, there's a big cheer, there's a big pop for him. Everything points to him to win this match. He's great on the mic, he's great in the ring, he's got the popularity, and I think people are going to be annoyed if he doesn't win. I just think there will be boos if LA Knight doesn't win. And he has the charisma of, you know, people have been comparing him to The Rock and Stone Cold, which, you know what, he sounds like The Rock anyway. You know, he does sound like The Rock a little bit. So, for me, LA Knight is my winner. But Saturday, you know, this sounds like a very, very good Money in the Bank. Let me know your predictions in the comments, and hope you enjoy. Until next time.